Well, hey there guys, it has been a while since I posted on this channel, but I needed some motivation to clean my house because I've had a headache on and off for the last 2 days. And so basically nothing's gotten done. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna just show some real life here. We're gonna clean. This is what a farmhouse looks like after 2 days when you've been sick. And you are like kind of minimalist still, but like kind of not. Cause you know, it's been a process since we moved to the farm and I still haven't like done another declutter since we moved out of my parents' house on the farm into our house after it was done being built. If you're new here though, welcome. My name is Arianna. My husband and I, we moved to a farm with both sets of our parents in 2020. We all moved into the same farmhouse. We lived together for 6 months and then my husband's parents moved into their house when it was done, and then it was another 6 months before our house was done on the property. And so now we've been in our house here. We have started a raw milk regenerative dairy ranch, and that is kind of like our focus, and we're building it up. We're very small right now, but it's been exciting. It's an exciting life. We've got chickens out back, we've got cows out the front, we've got horses all the way at the front, but this is the house. It looks so bad. Yeah, we're gonna take care of all of this. We've got jars from our herd share customers that have come back that need to be washed, stuff that needs to be put away. This was dinner last night, need to put that away. Nuggets are, because I wasn't on top of the kids the last 2 days, so they've been playing with Legos, occupying themselves while mom hasn't felt good. We've got our piano kind of playroom area here. My 3-year-old, she's the reason there's just papers all over the floor. So we've got to take care of that. So last time we started going through all the summer clothes and pulling them out to replace with winter. Summer basically just left overnight. As of last Thursday, it was like 80s, 90s, and then it dropped and now it's been in the 70s. Like this morning, it was 40 degrees when we woke up. Fall is here and it's not leaving apparently anytime soon, so we're switching out their clothes. This is the milk room, which is fine. We're usually able to keep this room fairly clean. We've got I don't think I've shown you guys on this channel. I showed you like talking about changing this. This room used to be our youngest's, and then our 2 oldest girls decided to start sharing, which was just in time for getting a dairy cow because this room is basically like a food prep room now. So we've got like all of our stuff for canning and chicken processing here. Over here is all of our stuff for our herd share for raw milk. This is where we like process, do all of that jazz. We're just gonna start here at the kitchen island. I'm gonna put some music on and we're gonna get to cleaning.
I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh, please stay a while. I'll reach up to hold your sunlit face. Feels like a handful of silk now. I'm in your warm embrace. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts till the oceans turn to glass and the world around us turns and fades to black. Together we'll hold back the sun in this moment, forever young. Against the stream of time we'll run, baby. We'll hold back the sun. This feeling moves me every single day. I'm captured by your charm, enchanted by your ways. In the magic of your eyes, I've become lost in their spell. So come closer, my dear, because all is well. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts till the oceans turn to glass and the world around us turns and fades to black. Together we'll hold back the sun in this moment, forever young. Against the stream of time we'll run, baby. We'll hold back the sun.
So a fun fact about myself, I have been a parent for 8 years in January, which is crazy that my oldest is almost 8 years old. I still don't drink coffee. If you give me like a really sweet drink and it has a little bit of coffee in it, I don't mind it, but it's not something I will ever search out. And so like we don't even own a coffee maker. We don't have coffee in our house. Like we just don't drink it. My husband actually hates the smell of coffee. So yeah, like coffee, we're not coffee drinkers. Both my husband and I have never tried alcohol. Like there's some random weird tidbits of information for you. I was told that like, you know, having a baby, they're like, you know, one day you're gonna want coffee because you're gonna need that coffee. And it never happened. I just never had that coffee. But in the last year and a half, I've started drinking Zip Fizzes. This is what it's called, a Zip Fizz. I don't know how to explain it. It's a very fruity drink. It has a lot of B vitamins in it, and B vitamins give you energy. I don't know that it actually works. And I think a big part of why I've never needed to rely on coffee or tea of any sort is because caffeine has never really worked on me. And I don't know how true it is, but I was diagnosed with ADHD in 6th grade. And my psychologist told my mom when I was like really hyper or couldn't calm down to give me a can of Coke because supposedly caffeine works opposite on people with ADHD. And so I've always wondered if like maybe that is why I've just never needed it. And so like growing up, if I was really tired, I just wanted something with like a zing to it. So like I would drink like Sprite, because Sprite obviously doesn't have caffeine in it, but just, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like Sprite has a bit of a zing to it when you drink it. Something like that would just wake me up in and of itself, because it was just like a shock to my system a little bit. And so like I would never search out the caffeine drink. I would drink like Sprite or 7-Up or something like that. But in the last year and a half, I started drinking Zip Fizzes. Again, I don't know that they actually give me energy, but they taste good, and I think just the zing of them, because the one we get is blue raspberry, is very tart. It definitely has still questionable other ingredients in it. I don't know that like ingredient-wise, it would actually be the better option to coffee, but I like the taste of it, and it works. So yeah, it is something I'd like to get away from just because there are other random ingredients in it that are not like fabulous. And we have recently really like overhauled on what we eat, what we allow in our home. We're not like crazy strict on it. Like when we have gatherings and stuff, like I still enjoy, I still socialize. If you follow me on Instagram, then you already know. If you don't, it's gonna be a shocker. Trust me, it's a shocker to me. Going from vegan to basically a carnivore diet. I have, in my vegan years, I watched a lot of people do that. And I was like, I just don't get it. I don't understand how you go from vegan to carnivore. Like, how does that happen? And I still don't fully understand like the cognitive dissonance of it for people that aren't involved in farming. Now for us, it's very different because we went from being vegan to being on a more like a carnivore diet, but we raise our own animals. We have slaughtered our own animals for food. Like there is no cognitive dissonance there for me. I am fully aware of the process of how my food gets to my table because I live on a farm. We process our own animals, and if I don't process it myself, I get it from a local farmer. You know, I'm also, a lot of people don't know this about me, I'm technically actually a 5th generation rancher. Cattle ranching has been in my family for generations and generations. Now being in that and being like, okay, coming out of veganism and going into a carnivore diet, it's not as extreme as I kind of pictured it in my mind as a vegan, because really when it comes down to it, one, I think back in the day, carnivore diet was like literally all you ate was meat and that's it. Where that's not what it is now. It's just like basically primarily animal products. So like we're eating, and fruit. So we eat a lot of fruit, we eat a lot of meat, and we eat a lot of raw dairy, specifically raw dairy. Now obviously we have dairy cows, so that's very easy for us to do. For others, that's not as easy and not as cheap to do, because raw dairy can definitely be super expensive. But anyways, with that and being more like aware, and just honestly, it's more so just cutting out all the crap, and we're not vegan, so like obviously we're eating animal products and trying not to eat processed, so eating just like better options of animal products. The Zip Fizz technically is not on the list, but I'm still drinking it, so it's fine. I've been feeling great though. I've actually lost like a total of 17 inches like across my whole body in about 2 months. Coming up on another like measuring period. We'll do a whole video on it. I'll talk about all of that because I'm sure people will be interested or want to have opinions on it, which is fine too. That's fine too, guys. I know, like I said, I was that vegan once that was like, it doesn't make sense. I know. And I don't know that it ever would have made sense to me as a vegan. So I don't really expect vegans to ever understand it, but that's okay. you know, we all have different opinions, different life experiences. The thing that drives me most nuts though is these holes in my backsplash that are still not fixed, and we've been in this house for 9 months. So that's lovely. We have resorted to, we're just gonna have a friend come and help us fix it. He said that he could do it, and I think Ryan's gonna do it with him and learn. So from my understanding, it's really not that difficult. We've just never done it, and you know, we don't wanna ruin it. So our friend's gonna come help, and Ryan's gonna learn. Obviously I've got that red bowl does stay there because it's our pig bowl. So all of our excess stuff we put in there for our pigs, and our chickens just goes in there, so it's gonna stay there. And we've got a watermelon.
Now that I've spent the last 30 minutes doing everything except cleaning to keep myself from cleaning, I'm gonna actually clean now.
My empty heart walks on and on. It's always lonesome yet not alone. Always trying to feel the void inside. I've tried moving on, forgetting you, but it's hard to replace when it's part of you, and nothing ever compares to you and me. Oh, I think about you every night.
All right, we're down 2 rooms. Obviously I have some cleaning stuff here, but we're done with this room. We're done with this room. There is a nugget missing. We had a child that had a nightmare last night, so she slept in our room the second half of the night. So that's where it is. Last room is this one.
Nothing without you. Without you.
All right, I got done what I really wanted to, which was this room, the kitchen, and this room, which looks 10 times better. I didn't get to the fall clothes that I wanted to today, so that's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. The kids are headed home now, and we are gonna make dinner, so I've got to get on that. Really, I just wanted to get this like main area taken care of while the kids were not home. Today's Grandma's Day, so that is where they were. I know I'm going to get the question of why did I not mop, and that is because we have guests coming tomorrow night, our small group for church, and so I'm going to mop like an hour before small group. It would be a bit of a waste of time. Quite honestly, mopping every day here feels pointless, because like an hour or 2 after you mop, I feel like it looks exactly the same. That is farm life. I'm sure a lot of people mop every day and vacuum every day. I try and vacuum, especially the high traffic areas every day. Doesn't always happen, because life. But mopping, for sure not. We do have a cleaning company that comes every other week, and they do like a full mop, baseboards, taking care of like dusting and everything. But otherwise, like I probably on my own probably mop like once a week in the high traffic areas mainly. Otherwise, I just let them handle it every other week. Is that gross? It might be. That's fine though. Like, I'm okay with that decision. We do try and keep the kids, have their shoes, make sure they leave them at the door. But my kids are barefoot outside a lot, so it doesn't really necessarily mean much. We're out of that phase of life where it matters as much. And there are other priorities in my life. I wanna know, how often do you mop your house? If you mop it every day, goodness, high five, kudos to you, that is amazing. I wish I could be that clean, but I'm just not. Maybe that's why my kids have really good immune systems. I don't know. That's gonna be the end of this video though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys want to see below. I don't know, if you have any video ideas when it comes to like being a homemaker on a farm, minimizing, I do need to get back to decluttering, and I do plan to bring you guys along with me when I finally do it. But it's not happening yet. It will, at some point. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.